up, YouTube? I am having a fabulous Friday. I hope you are having a fabulous Friday, or whatever day it is for you in your life. I am having a lazy morning because it's been a crazy week for me. So I thought I'd make a video. Last night, as I was getting ready for bed, I updated my reading challenge on Goodreads and figured out that I am 200% done with my challenge for the year, which is great. And I know I could add more books, but I don't want to because I feel like adding more books is just adding more stress, and who needs that in their life? Definitely not me. So, I don't know. I'm just psyched. Goodreads says I have read 32 things this year, which I know for some people is not that much, but for me it's pretty awesome since it is only June, and for me the last 5 years have been rough on my reading progress because I have had children and I'm a stay-at-home mom, homeschooling, like I'm just crazy busy all the time. So I never have time to read, which is horrible as an introverted, super big reading nerd. Like since age 4, it's been really hard for me to not read these last few years. But now I'm getting more time on my hands. Last year was my best reading year yet since having children. This year I'm doing better. So I'm just getting better and better and getting more and more time. And anyways, I'm just super psyched. I'm feeling really pumped. I feel like anything I read now after this is just icing on the cake, which is such a good feeling. So, this video is going to be going through and talking about a little bit of what I've already read this year, some favorites that have stood out, and then like plans and goals for the rest of the year, which are honestly not going to be very much because I don't know, and I don't want to heap stress on my plate. And also at the end, I've got an unboxing. So let's just jump right in, okay? So far this year, I have read 6 adult novels, 11 young adult novels, which I didn't realize how high that was until like today. 8 graphic novels, 4 children's novels, because I do count those because I do read them all the time. Anyways, 1 memoir and 1 collection of short stories. And I counted that up, and that's 31, unless I'm doing bad math, which is possible. It's early, and my coffee is not yet drunk. So far, I have rated 6 things 5-star, 11 things 4-star, 9 things 3-star, 3 things 2-star, and nothing 1-star. There were a couple of things that I didn't rate, and I'm still missing one thing. I didn't figure out what Goodreads is talking about, where my other thing is that I apparently didn't count. But it's been a pretty good reading year for me. I am starting to realize again, like, what genres I'm preferring, what kind of books I'm enjoying and liking. And this year I did delve really heavily into the YA, probably because of BookTube. Honestly, I just found BookTube this year, and BookTube seems to be obsessed with YA, and I had to give it a shot. And I have read some really good YA, and I've read some really bad YA. So I don't know. I'm glad that BookTube is here giving me suggestions, but I am starting to learn to weed through that and kind of pick what I actually think I'll enjoy. But that being said, I have, let's see, like 8 things here that have stood out to me. And these are just things that I have physical copy of. I use my library all the time. So these are just 8 things that I have physical copies of that I've read this year that I've really enjoyed, and I'm just going to run through them. The first one, I finally got my copy of Roller Girl, which is fantastic, by Victoria Jameson, who is an actual roller girl from Portland, Oregon, which is just awesome. This is a graphic novel, coming of age story. 12-year-old girl who is trying to figure out her place and her personality and why she doesn't seem to fit in with the girls that are starting to like boys and starting to be into like lip gloss and shopping and all that sort of stuff when she has no interest in that. And she discovers roller derby and she starts and she's loving it and it gives her the confidence. Anyways, I saw it at first at Comic-Con and didn't buy it, so I was psyched when my local library had it and I read it and it was just fabulous. Another graphic novel that I read this year that I really liked that stood out was Saga by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. I don't know. I'm horrible with names. But this is very popular on BookTube, and I'm really glad that I picked it up. I'm trying to find some not so graphic parts. This is a very graphic novel. That's funny. So it's definitely for mature audiences, but I am loving the series, and I totally understand the hype about it, and I will be reading the rest of the series. I've really enjoyed it. The rest of them that I have are novels. Ender's Game, I just finished this last week by Orson Scott Card. Really enjoyed it. Really happy that my friend Amy pushed me to finally finish this, finally pick it up. It's been on my TBR for over a year, and Erin read it and has been pushing me. Anyways, it was really good. This one, and I read this one at the beginning of the year, Terms of Enlistment by Marco Cluse. Both military sci-fi, and I really enjoyed, and I realized that I really enjoy military sci-fi. Last year I read Old Man's War by, oh my gosh, who wrote that? John Scalzi. I actually read several in this series last year, and I really enjoyed. So it's nice kind of discovering that I like military sci-fi, because I didn't think I really liked science fiction. But I guess some aspects of science fiction I do like. So those were some that stood out this year. A YA series that actually stood out this year is the Winners series, which I was so hesitant to pick up because the covers just look super girly. But I really enjoyed. Pleasantly surprising. I've read the first two, but I only own the first one, and I need to pick up the third from my library. But I'm enjoying just kind of waiting a little bit and kind of savoring the series. But I'll probably pick it up by the end of the year. That's the goal. Ooh, look at that. The next two, YA dystopian, The Fifth Wave and The Infinite Sea. And I am currently working on the last one, The Last Star, it is called. And I realized that I waited too long between to actually read, and I really should go through and reread these before I push through The Last Star, but I don't want to because it's just so much. I don't know. So I'm going to read The Last Star, see if it makes any sense, and if it doesn't, then marathon the whole series, because it's a good series. I really, really enjoyed it. I really understand the hype. I did not see the movie, and I don't intend to, mostly because I haven't watched a lot of movies or television at all this year. I've really been reading. And also because it's one of those series that I'm just so hesitant that they're going to mess up, because there's a lot of nuance and a lot of things that probably wouldn't translate to screen very well. So, I don't know. Probably not going to see it. And the last one I was super excited about reading this year, and I spent 3 months or so looking for it in all these bookstores and the library and everywhere, and I finally found it on Book Outlet, but it kept getting bought right out of my shopping cart by other people several times, but I finally got a copy of it. Caroline Kepnes, You, and it definitely lived up to the hype. I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. Told by the perspective of a sociopath stalker, which I read a lot of good anti-hero books this year, and I'm realizing that I like that. And it's so fantastic realizing the genres and the things that actually interest me, and kind of being able to laser focus in on those things and not have to wade through a bunch of other things that I'm not really enjoying. So I'm liking that part of this whole year, and I feel like setting my reading goal at an attainable level and then not heaping more on there is letting me have the freedom to just kind of, explore whatever I feel like it, and I'm really enjoying that. I feel really good about my reading goals this year. For the rest of the year, my only real goals are to stop getting novels from the library, because I go to the library every week and I tend to get way too much. I get like 4 graphic novels and like 2 actual physical novels. I don't know. But I keep buying so many freaking books and I haven't got to them. And so looking at my shelves, I've read less than 25% of the books up here, and that makes me so sad because I have so many books, so many good books that I purchased that I want to read. So for the remainder of the year, my goal is to get graphic novels and comics from the library, but read the novels on my shelves. So I don't really have a goal for how many or what genres or what specific books I want to get to, just off my shelves, which I guess it's not such a surprise that I've read less than 25%, because now that I think about it, the shelves also have Aaron and the kids' books up here too. So anyways, so that is my year so far, the goals for the rest of the year. Let's get to the unboxing. I enter Goodreads giveaways all the time, because this is my 4th book now that I've won this year. No, the 3rd this year, and I won one last fall. So I feel like they're definitely worth it. They take very little time and you get free books. And so I really don't remember putting in for this one, but I must have. This is First Comes Love by Emily Griffin. And it comes out at the end of the month. So this is an adult contemporary, about 2 sisters who are really close when they're kids, and then they find themselves living totally different lives when they're in their early 30s, I guess, and neither of them are very happy. I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to get to this, because I'm really not feeling contemporaries right now, but I like the setting of the early 30s. One is wanting children, one has a child, and isn't really liking the mothering role. It just feels like right in the time of life that I am right now. So I thought that setting would be really awesome. And what I love about this is, here, let me show you. So this is a tiny paperback book, but this is a huge one. Usually you get I feel like usually you get the small ones. When I got I got an arc of Red Rising. Oh my gosh. From Goodreads last year, and look how tiny that is. So I was psyched to see this huge book. So I don't know when I'm going to read it, but probably not this summer, maybe in the fall. I don't know. I'm not really feeling contemporary right now. I'm in the mood for science fiction and dystopians, really. I'm really feeling that this year. And graphic novels, definitely comic books. So I don't know. This was very much rambling, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave me a comment if you have any suggestions about some good military sci-fi that I should look into, and let me know how you guys are doing on your Goodreads challenge. You can follow me on my Goodreads. I'll leave the link down below. And I hope you guys have a great week, and take care. Bye.